Hello everybody, I'm back to go through the latest journal that I've worked on. It's another Jane Austen themed journal. You just have to excuse my voice today. I've got hay fever, so I'm not feeling very well. So yes, another Jane Austen journal. It's made from a hard back cover book that I ripped the story out of. I've just got some crochet trim down the spine, and that's the back, and I've just got some seam binding attached to the top of the spine there. The Digi Kit in here is again the Simply Jane collection from Dreamzetc, and that's one of the pages from the kit that I've popped on the front cover. And I have a Kaisercraft Door Knob hitch post for the closure, and just some Sari silk ribbon for the closure as well. So it is a little chunky, not over chunky. It's just a single signature journal for this one, and just to open it, just push down on the cover and unwrap your seam binding that way, or the Sari Silk. And this one will be up for sale in my Etsy shop. As soon as I've done some photos of it today, I will get it up there, and I will pop the link below in the description box to this one. I've popped some book covers on the edges just to strengthen them, and the back has them as well. So inside, in the front pocket, and I've got... Can't stop using this new stamp that Sarah Kaiser sent me. Thank you, Sarah. I love it. So that's just a tag for journaling. Everything in here has been coffee and tea stains, so I make the mixture together. It's both a mixture of coffee and tea. I find that the tea just dulls it down and gives it a bit of a creamier colour. Just some leftover writing paper that I've stamped some lines on. And this little gentleman here is from the die cut that I just received from Teresa LaFrance in our one-on-one swap. So there you go, Teresa, I'm using it. And the back has got some punch lines as well. And this is just a digi print off that I purchased from Etsy, one of the shops. And then that's backed with the coffee lined paper that Debbie Ann Parent has on her site. I think it's one of the freebies, because I know I didn't purchase it. And I will put them back in the pocket after. So just some crochet trim, and that's one of my new die cuts I was just trying out on the pocket there. So front page, I chose the Emma Digiprint to start this journal. It went well with the paper that I chose. So there is some journaling space in here as well. This is part of the ephemera from the Simply Jane kit, and just has some journaling cards inside. And they all go in there. So yeah, sorry for the sniffles. I normally don't like listening to everyone sniffle, but yeah, I'm going to do it myself today, and then I can't work out how to do this back up. But I have to get this video done and the listing done, so I'll have to sniffle along. And just one of my altered paper clips, and the little phrase on here, but when a young lady is to be a heroine, that it's just a bit small. The perverseness of 40 surrounding families cannot prevent her. Something must and will happen to throw a hero in her way. So that's one of the Northanger Abbey quotes from one of the Jane Austen. So yeah, it's everything in here has got to do pretty much with Jane Austen. Friendship is certainly the finest balm for the pangs of disappointed love. And I have actually printed this from my printer straight on. It's not a stamp. I have a bit of a page set up where I can print a template that I use to print on, and I know they're going to print in the right place. Some journaling cards, and just a tag that I did some embossing on, and just some stamping on that. I'm fighting the urge to blow my nose. It won't sound good on camera. Just a bit of bling and some leftover seam binding just to put some interest on the page. This is one of Danny B's prints, I believe, from memory. Just a little tag. I've just put some baking paper over the top and stamped over the top of that, and then I've just made a little tag inside, and I just copied this idea, scrap lifted this one from Teresa. I like that little punch out that she does on her tag, so I just was trying that out. So that's all that is. Just some seam binding on the end. And this is one of my Kazaz stamps. Life is not measured by how many breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. And this is just some collaging. Found this image on Pinterest. It's just a napkin that I've collaged onto there, and just some rose trim and just some gold lace trim that I have in my stash. And this is a pocket. So this is a book page that I've sewn in, and I've created a pocket, and there's an envelope. And in here I found this image on Pinterest, Mr. Darcy, and this will be the Netherfield ball. And just some print-offs here for more journaling cards. I may have lost my heart, but not my self-control. That's from Emma. And this one here, I believe, is Mansfield Park, I think. And that's more journaling cards. And they all go in there. I just put some lace trim on the top of the envelope there. And in here, this is from Mine Barity. It's one of Sophie Kitt's designs. And that's just more journaling space in there. Just a doily. I haven't done any decoupage on that. Just scrapbook paper, and doily imprints and stamping. So I have tried to make a bit of journaling space in this one so that it can actually be used. So in this pocket I've just got some leftover paper. I've just put some stamping and I've inked around it. Another one of the journaling cards, the lined paper. And I just found this old People's Ticket on Pinterest, so I've just downloaded that and backed it onto some of the leftover coffee paper, my staining. You end up with all these wonky, weird images. I think it's just where the water pools as it's drying. And this is from Tsunami Rose, and I've just laid it with a bit of crochet trim, some calico that I stamped on, and just a flower that is in my stash. Get them from the cheap shop. Another flip, and I've stamped on that one. This was my attempt at the corrugated cardboard, but I found that my distress stain just seeps straight into the cardboard and doesn't really leave much on the page itself. So I actually found a stamp I had in my stash that I use as the lines now instead. It's another journaling card and just a bookmark. That's a saying from Fanny Price from Mansfield Park. To sit in the shade on a fine day and look upon venture is the most perfect refreshment. Sorry, back just went and blew my nose. And this is another tag that I've sewn into the middle with the baking paper, and again I stamped on that, and then I've just made a little tag inside and decoupaged and stamped on there. And another one of my altered paper clips with the layering. I have never yet known what it was to separate esteem and love. And a journaling card. Folly and nonsense, whims and inconstances do divert me. I own and I laugh at them whenever I can. That's from Pride and Prejudice. Oh, that sits in there. This one is, I have no notion of loving people by halves. It is not my nature. That's Catherine Morland from Northanger. Another flip here. So this is Jane Bennett and Mr. Bingley. And these are the new Tsunami Rose tags. So I pop that in there and you can journal on the back. And this is an image of Catherine Morland from Northanger Abbey. Small journaling space, and that's just some scrapbook paper, or cardstock I should say. And another one of these tags with the baking paper and stamping, and just a bit of stamping on that tag, and you can journal on the back. An old music sheet that I've made into a page and then created a tuck there, and I've just put some applique and some fibre on that, and I've just stamped on a large tag, and it goes in there, and that's just looks like an old envelope, just some ephemera. I can't remember where that came from. I don't know if it's a Tsunami Rose. Oh, that's shocking. I should have worked that out. And we have another flip here. And some more journaling cards and some more decoupaging and stamping. And just did a little bit of decoupaging on there. So these flips originated from Rita Donnelly. And I saw those being done by Yvonne Crafty White, and everybody does their own take on them, and that's another one in there. Ladies sitting down to tea. Another Tsunami Rose tag, and I just sewed a bit of fabric onto that. And that's another Northanger Abbey journaling card. And I have a belly band here that's been made out of material, and I've lined it with some lace trim, some fibre, and the motif butterfly with some ribbon hanging down. And journaling card. And in here we have a bookmark, and this is another Digi download. So that's an Emma bookmark, and it sits in its own little envelope pouch, and I just stapled some seam binding onto the top. That all sits in there. It's a page from the Digi Kit, and I've adhered this down, and in this one I've just stamped some seam binding and the rosettes on there. Some more doily printing on the staining. It's another page from the Digi Kit. So as you can see, I've tried to create a bit of journaling space in this one. It's similar to Teresa's journal. Centre of the signature, and I've put my gentleman and lady on the ends of my string. I love this die cut. Thank you, Teresa. And we have a playing card here. This is Marianne Dashwood. Another bookmark. There is no charm equal to tenderness of heart. That's Emma Emma Woodhouse from Emma. And a large tag that I've stamped on. The book pages in the centre of the signature, I've just put some gesso on those. And I did some decoupaging, and I have some copper coloured, what do you call that? Inca Gold product. So mine's in a copper colour, and I was just playing around with that. And this side is the same, so a playing card. It's Lucy Steele there from Sense and Sensibility. And this bookmark, till this moment I never knew myself, and that's Elizabeth Bennet from Pride and Prejudice, and just some more stamping on a larger tag. And they all sit in the centre there. This is actually adhered down to the page. I've just popped some crochet trim on there and just some flowers with some little flat back pearls and some stamping. It's a page from the Digi Kit. And this is a book page pocket that I've laid up with some seam binding, the definitions, dictionary definitions that you'll find on the Junk Journal Junkie chat group file section. And you can download those. I think it was Ruth Nelson that has created those. And just some large journaling cards. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. We all know that is from Pride and Prejudice. That's an image from Persuasion. And that's another Tsunami Rose. I think. I want to say Tsunami Rose, and I think it is, or it could be a Victoria Designs tag. They all sit in there. More journaling space. You is kind, you is smart, you is important. I was running out of stamps. And again, some decoupaging with napkins and stamping. And another flip up here. And a large journaling tag with some stamping. And another one of these journaling cards that I bought from a digi shop. That one is a Persuasion, this journaling card. And a page from the Simply Jane Digi Kit. And here I've got a banner tuck spot on the music page with some decoupaging. That's just some of the scrapbook cardstock. The flower behind it is my attempt at one of the Patricia Veramonte's book page flowers. And then I've popped just a paper flower on behind it and a brad in the centre with some fibre. And it's a journaling card and a large tag with the stamp. And on this side I've just created a tuck spot, some journaling cards, so that's a playing card there. And this is one of the new prints from Tsunami Rose. And I just shrunk that down just to make a journaling card. You can make pages out of those too. Life is what happens to us while we are making other plans. I think that's one of my Tim Holtz stamps. And in here, another stamped image. I've just put a little bit of bling on there with some seam binding. The other side of the scrapbook cardstock. And this is adhered down to the page as well, and I've layered some muslin fabric, some seam binding, just some blue fabric that I have in my stash, some fibres, a bit of lace and some flat back pearls across there just to put a bit of dimension on the page, and just an old safety pin. These are a Kazaz product. And I just have one of these coins sitting around, so I've just attached the coin on the end. And that's also adhered down to the page as well with some crochet trim and a little crocheted flower on the bottom. Another paper clip. Just some layering with the doily and the paper and lace and fibres. And then I have the other one of these. These are from the kit, from the Simply Jane Digi Kit from Dreamzetc. This journaling card isn't though. This one is. I always get them wrong. It just goes in there. And another one of the tags. Life is not a matter of milestones, but a matter of moments. And just some decoupaging and stamping on that little tag there. These print-offs are from Everything Fanara, and I just folded them over onto the doily, and they're sewn down. It's Catherine Morland there. You can journal on the back. And another journaling card. So it's a double tuck, so you've got the doily there, and then this section in here. And then on this side, I have the tag And then another journaling spot. I got this off of Pinterest. And this is another Dani B Digi. Don't know what that is. And that's adhered down to the page. And the other side of this scrapbook cardstock, the doily, and just a paper clip with some fibre on it. Can pull that off of there. And this flips down, so I got this idea from Paula Lemon. And I just lined it with some velour trim, a bit of crochet trim and some flat back pearls, and then in behind it is a tuck spot. I've just done some decoupaging on the book page here, just says butterfly, and that's another one of the tags. I want to say Victoria Designs for these, and just an image from Pinterest. And another image that's adhered to the page. This one is a Mansfield Park. May the wings of a butterfly kiss the sun and find your shoulder to lie upon, to bring you luck, happiness and riches today, tomorrow and beyond. Another one of my Kazaz stamps. And again, I've just stamped on here. This is a Kaisercraft stamp. And it's plain at the back there. And a book page tuck spot. That's some decoupaging of fussy cut that out. It's a tsunami rose flower, and behind it I just have some cheesecloth. And that's a Dani B printout. I've sewn around the edge of that. And this I got from Pinterest, the Jane Austen drinking game. I think it was on Dani B's Jane Austen Pinterest page. So I pinched that from you, Dani. And just have a tuck spot here made out of some scrap paper. I've sewn around it, and these tickets here, I want to say Tsunami Rose. I hope that's right. And this image here, just left that as a booklet. These images you'll find on Pinterest. Another playing card, that's Charles Bingley on his horse. And this is another one of Tsunami Rose pages. I shrunk down for a journaling card. We have a belly band here, and it's a book page. I've lined some lace trim behind it, some seam binding, and this is an ephemera piece out of one of my Kaisercraft ephemera packs. I think it's Madam something or other. And this is another digi print. I have actually enlarged this. The tags were small and I've enlarged it to make a large tag. Can't remember off the top of my head where those images are from. If anyone wants to know, I can find out for you. Some more stamping, and that's the end of the journal. So on the bottom here I have my little stamp there on this back pocket, and it's the same as the front. So I have a large tag, laughter is the shortest distance between two people. It's one of my newest stamps I purchased off of Stampin' Up secondhand page. Another one of the journaling cards. And there's the lady, and I've just left that for journaling on the back there. So the closure is some eyelets that hold the silk sew ribbon in, and yeah, it's just the hitch post fasteners that you can see there. So that is my Jane Austen journal, and I will be putting this up in the Etsy shop for sale for anybody who is interested. Otherwise it will sit on my bookshelf adding to my collection. Not sure if I'll put a charm on this yet. I haven't made up my mind, so I'm just going to leave it as is, I think. So that's the journal that I've been working on. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll be back later with some more projects. Okay, bye.